Okay, so let's unpack this one. Every now and then, a celebrity milestone, it doesn't just make headlines. Sometimes it gives us this really rare, almost deliberate peek behind the curtain,
Yeah.
you know, into extreme wealth and, well, power.
Right.
And that's exactly what feels like happened when Valentina Salma Hayek's only biological daughter turned 18. That was September 21st, 2025.
It's definitely a pivotal moment, and I think not just socially, but maybe even strategically, Valentina is stepping into adulthood
Hmm.
as the daughter of, well, Salma Hayek, a self-made global icon from Hollywood,
Yeah.
and Francois-Henri Pinault, he's the CEO of Kering.
And just for context, if you need it, Kering is huge.
Yeah.
One of the world's biggest luxury goods groups. We're talking Gucci, Saint Laurent, that level.
Exactly. So the sources we're looking at, social media, celebrity reports, some pretty detailed columns. They give us this, frankly, unprecedented look at how this very private family celebrated.
And maybe more importantly, how they're positioning Valentina for what comes next.
Precisely.
So our mission today really is to give you the shortcut. We're going to synthesize this whole extravagant weekend. We'll analyze those, frankly, surprising family dynamics, the blended family aspect,
Which is fascinating.
and try to figure out what these choices reveal about the unique path Valentina seems set to carve out for herself now.
Okay, so let's start with just the sheer scale of the event itself. This wasn't, a simple dinner party.
Not at all. Salma herself posted that they kept the party going all weekend.
All weekend.
That's
And the
the-
setting, that immediately tells you something about the scale of the Pinault side of things.
Right. They didn't host it at, like, a Hollywood mansion.
No.
It-
The celebration was at Chilham Castle in England.
Which is just stunning.
And that choice, it feels significant, doesn't it? It doesn't just say wealth. It feels more like old European power, heritage.
Yeah, it connects directly back to the roots of the Pinault business empire, more than, say, Hayek's Hollywood world.
Yeah. Chilham Castle, I think it dates back to the 17th century. It sets a profoundly different tone than, a Beverly Hills hotel ballroom.
Definitely. But what was interesting in the photos and videos was how they mixed that formality with this really genuine, uninhibited joy.
Totally. We got those rare sort of official family portraits. Valentina, who so many sources called Salma's lookalike daughter or mini-me.
The resemblance is uncanny.
It really is. She was seen in this chic gray patterned dress, sometimes described as sheer silver, standing right there between her pairs.
But it was the videos from the dance floor that really seemed to capture everyone's attention.
Oh, yeah. Selma, who seemed to change outfits a few times. There was a flowing coral tunic, a peach pink dress with these cape sleeves.
Right.
She was clearly just having the absolute best time with Valentina. And Valentina wore this fitted ruby red halter neck gown, open back, perfect for dancing.
And the music choice stood out, too.
It did. They were seen twirling mother and daughter to Suavemente.
The Meringue Classic by Elvis Crespo.
Exactly. Injecting that bit of Latin culture into this ancient English castle. I mean, that kind of sums up the family's duality, doesn't it?
It really does. It's like Hayek's heritage, front and center, even deep in the heart of Europe.
Mm-hmm.
But is that just, high glamour fun? Or is there maybe a strategic element showing that pure joy, that connection?
I think it's probably both.
Because even Francois-Henri Pinault, the French billionaire CEO, he sort of shed the corporate image for a moment.
Right. That clip of him suited up, hoisting Valentina over his shoulder while everyone's saying happy birthday.
Yeah. It's such a visceral image of just dad mode. Loving parenthood. Not boardroom stiffness.
It is both. I mean, the strategic visibility in their world, that's essential. But the emotional authenticity, that's what makes the story connect.
And visually, everything else supported that feeling. The details were there.
Oh, absolutely. The cake, 3 tiers, red, adorned with roses. It echoed Valentina's dress, the whole regal feel of the castle.
The opulence was clear, yeah.
Yeah.
But the message underneath seemed to be all about family cohesion.
And that cohesion, that's the perfect place to pivot, I think, because the emotional depth we saw in Salma's own tribute posts, that felt even more impactful than the party itself.
Totally agree. She shared that incredibly sweet throwback photo, right? Little Valentina in a skirt set, fluffing her hair.
Yeah, and calling her her dream daughter.
But it was the way she described her. The language was so specific.
Exactly. It wasn't just generic praise. She gave us this intimate sketch. A kind, passionate heart, A wise soul full of magic, a unique, unstoppable force of nature.
With a witty sense of humor and stubborn tenacity.
Right, that level of detail, it feels so personal. It shows this deep understanding of who Valentina is, beyond just, the look-alike aspect.
And we absolutely have to remember the context here. Salma becoming a mother later in life.
Crucial context. She had Valentina very late, at 41.
And she'd been really open before about her fears, that maybe she wouldn't get to be a mother at all.
So, reaching this 18-year milestone, especially after that journey, it elevates this birthday. It's not just a party. It feels like a genuine life achievement for Salma.
It really puts everything else into perspective, doesn't it?
It does. Like her comments about the upcoming empty nest, she actually admitted to experiencing separation anxiety.
Which is such a powerful and honestly relatable thing for a huge star to admit. Someone often seen as so strong, so invincible.
Very relatable. And she framed it as, okay, she's devoted herself to family for 18 years, and now she's preparing to redevote herself to her community and her craft once Valentina leaves home.
It really signals the end of an era for her, in a way. Salma, the full-time mom, transitioning back fully to Salma, the powerhouse artist.
But that deep bond, that leads us straight into what might be the most remarkable part of this whole story. The sheer strength of this blended family. It really seems to defy all the usual Hollywood cliches.
It really does, right?
You're true.
Because Valentina has half-siblings from her father's other relationships.
Several, yeah. And the unity just seems palpable. Her half-sister, Mathilde, posted that lovely photo calling her my veil with a hug. Really sweet.
But the comment that sent the gossip columns into overdrive...
Oh, you mean Linda Evangelista?
Yes.
Yeah.
The mother of Valentina's half-brother, Augustin. Evangelista commenting publicly on Salma's birthday post with hearts and balloons.
Yeah.
I mean, considering the potential complexities in high-profile situations like that, this public display of warmth, it's not just nice, it feels almost groundbreaking for that world.
That's a key insight, I think. It's not just politeness. It feels like confirmation of a genuinely functioning, healthy, integrated family.
And we know they're close, right? Valentina and Evangelista were seen together recently, New York Fashion Week, having dinner.
Exactly. So in a celebrity landscape that's so often defined by, let's face it, rivalries and bad blood, this family seems to be modeling a different way. Successful co-parenting, successful blending, it cuts through all that usual noise.
Okay, so Valentina's officially 18. She has this incredibly strong family foundation, visibly supportive. The spotlight now naturally shifts, doesn't it, onto her career path.
It does. And that whole mini-me thing sets up the obvious question. Is she going to follow her mother into acting?
Well, she's already had a taste of the public sphere, hasn't she? In very high-profile ways.
Oh, yeah. Very strategically introduced, you could say. Her red carpet debut at the Oscars. With her mom. You can't really aim higher for an entry point.
True. And maybe even more telling was that joint magazine shoot.
The Vogue Mexico cover in 2022, their first one together.
That feels like very calculated exposure. It touches both high art, Hollywood, and high fashion.
And we don't need to guess about her ambitions. Salma's been quite direct.
She confirmed it, yeah. Valentina wants to act, just like her mom.
Salma even noted, apparently, that Valentina gets in front of the camera with no problem, which suggests, a natural comfort level there, a real inclination.
So this is where that really interesting cultural tension might come in.
How so?
Well, she clearly has the performance instinct, maybe inherited from Salma, but she's grown up mainly in Paris, right? Steeped in that European luxury world through her father.
That's a great point. And Salma has talked about intentionally keeping her connected to their Mexican heritage, celebrating Day of the Dead, things like that, even while living abroad.
So she's kind of navigating this path between two enormous global influences. On one hand, you have the self-made, vibrant, artistic fame of Hollywood that Salma represents. And on the other, this inherited, almost institutional power of global luxury, fashion, corporate finance through the Kering empire and her father.
That's the fascinating tightrope, isn't it? Can she actually fuse those two incredibly powerful legacies?
Because usually, kids of Hollywood stars, they either lean fully into acting or they run screaming in the other direction, right? Try to get away from the industry completely.
Exactly. But Valentina potentially has access to everything. The most exclusive fashion houses, the highest social circles, maybe even direct funding routes through family connections, combined with what seems like a genuine aptitude and desire for acting.
So if we pull it all together, synthesize everything we've looked at, Valentina's 18th birthday, it was clearly way more than just a fancy party in an English castle.
Agreed. It felt like a statement.
Yeah, a statement that this family, despite the almost unimaginable wealth, is grounded in real affection, in these successful blended dynamics, and has a very clear eye on the path forward for their daughter.
The celebration definitely highlighted the wealth. You can't ignore that. Chillum Castle, the whole vibe. But maybe more crucially, it seemed designed to emphasize their emotional success as a unit.
What really stands out to me now is how the focus shifts entirely onto her, Valentina's emerging identity.
Right. She's not just the child on the red carpet anymore. She's Valentina Paloma Pinot, about to navigate this unique space between these two huge, sometimes even conflicting global worlds.
And that leads us right to our final provocative thought for you, the listener, to maybe chew on.
Okay.
Valentina is the daughter of a self-made Hollywood superstar and the CEO of a global luxury conglomerate. She says she wants to act. Now, considering she's inherited, it seems, both a passion for performance and these direct, unparalleled ties to the absolute highest levels of global luxury and fashion, what kind of unprecedented career path could she forge? Will she be able to uniquely leverage both of these powerful legacies? Could she become like the first real billionaire heiress actresses who completely defines her own terms of engagement with fame?
That specific trajectory, blending artistic ambition with that level of innate corporate power and access, and that would be a totally new kind of experiment in modern celebrity, wouldn't it?
It really would. It'll be fascinating to see how both the fashion world and the film industry respond to someone coming in with that kind of built-in capital connection and apparently talent.
Absolutely. A space to watch.
Definitely. Well, thanks for diving deep into this with us today.